Hello, my name's Michelle. I'm going to be leading you through Vivaldi's Four Seasons over the next month. This is pretty exciting. This is a really fun piece, and Vivaldi's a very interesting composer. He was a priest, and he was only a priest for about 3 years, and then he had to quit because he wasn't feeling well. And so he started teaching in an orphanage for girls. And during that time, he wrote his Four Seasons. He wrote many pieces for violins for the girls to play. So the Four Seasons he wrote based on four sonnets. Sonnets are a type of poem. So he used this to outline. Well, they're not actually sure if the sonnets came first or if the music came first and then the sonnets, but you can really hear the sonnets in the music one way or the other. So this is called programmatic music, or music that has a program. So it has an idea, it has a story, it has something it's telling you about, which if we think nowadays, a lot of our music is programmatic. I can think of a lot of kids' music that's programmatic. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is about a star, right? Lots of things are programmatic, but this is pretty new back then. Before they would write pieces based on the music or a certain formula, certain ways they want things done. So this is a little bit more interesting, a little bit more like a play. Now, he has four seasons, and we're going to cover one season each week. At the start of the week, I'm going to give you a concerto to listen to. So the first season concerto to listen to. I want you to listen to it as best you can. And while you're listening, I want you to have a piece of paper and I want you to draw me a picture of what you hear. Okay, you can use markers, you can use paint, you can use whatever you want, but I want you to give me some sort of artistic impression of what you heard, and then take a picture and post it so we have our own mini art gallery. Okay, now for spring, this is a concerto. So, concerto is a type of song written for one instrument with orchestra. Now, they hadn't decided that this is what a concerto was quite yet, because this was the starting of the concerto. So, Vivaldi's was written for a violin, and then it was a string quartet and basso continuo. So, this is like a harpsichord, a piano, sort of like a piano. So, they had just the four strings, so violin, viola, sorry, two violins, viola, and a cello is usually how that would be. But now most people play it as a big orchestra or a string orchestra. So you would still have the two violin parts, but you would have lots of instruments on violin one and two, and you'd have your viola and your cello and lots of them. And still the basso continuo, the harpsichord part. Okay, now the concertos are often written in three movements. It goes fast, slow, fast. Okay. So a movement is like a mini song. So you're going to hear sort of a fast part and then a little tiny break and then a slow part and a little tiny break and then a fast part. Okay. So what I want you to do after you're done coloring and drawing what you've heard, listen to it again throughout your day and maybe grab a scarf that really flows really well, a really light, airy scarf, or maybe a shaker, some kind of musical instrument. You can make one too out of like macaroni and a pop bottle. And I want you to try and dance around with each of the movements, even if it's just the first minute or so of each movement, so that you can see, does it really change speed? Does it feel like fast, slow, fast? I think you'll find it usually does. But I want you to check because sometimes that third movement, you're not sure. You double check and let me know if it goes fast, slow, and fast. Okay? So that's your listening assignment for this week. Later in the week, I'm going to send you a little bit more information about the season spring. Okay? We are going to do a craft together. And I want you again to post for me the craft. And I want you to think, even before the end of this week, if you can think of a cool craft that's like spring, then can you share that with us? Because I think the more crafts we can have, the better, right? Absolutely. All right. So if you have questions at all throughout this, please let me know. If you hear something really interesting in the piece, can you write that in the classroom for me too? Because I'd love to know what you think and what you hear during the piece. Okay? All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.